Talking Ball with Buckeye Rob.
Talking Ball with Buckeye Rob. Talking Ball with Buckeye Rob.
I want to talk Montclair. I want to know what your first 2 years. What were your records your first 2 years?
First year was
COVID year. What were you?
We were
0-4.
Okay, what 21. What
The
were you?
first year there, we were 3-7.
Okay, go 3-7 to 0-4 to you guys lost your first 5 games last year?
No.
What were your records?
The first year, you know what's funny is we get there and we played. My first year we played Gary, Wilson, and can't think of the other school. Maybe like Nogales or Pioneer or something like that. And we ended up going 3-0. And after that Wilson game, we would go 3-0. The kids were ecstatic. I'll never forget that. I tell the kids the story all the time. Kids were on the bus, hanging out. They're partying like we won the Super Bowl.
Okay.
We ended up losing 7 straight after that.
All right, so this is what I'm saying. I'm not trying to. So you started out 3-0. You went 3-7.
But yeah, so with that first year, we lost 7 straight, and after that 3-0, that was like the highlight of their life, right?
Yeah.
We lost games, and it was like, well, at least we went 3-0 kind of thing, So then the next year was the COVID year, and I think we had a good team. I'm not really sure, and we new offensive coordinator because the one I had left, and we played Sierra Vista actually the first game.
Okay.
When Matt V was over there, and they were looking for a game. We were looking for a game. Like, yeah, why not? And we ended up playing that game, and we ended up have probably -8 yards in the whole game, and I think we lost 30-0, right?
I was more than that, man. We're pushing 50 on us, man.
But let me jump in real quick. I got a funny story about that. I think it must have been during the COVID season because we were at a former coach who had passed away, his memorial, and he comes up to me, or I think he called me out of nowhere, and he's
call
like,
him out, Coach Pete.
and he's like, man, Lemus, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. And I'm like, it's okay, man. Just get back in the lab. You'll be fine. I think that's the last year you guys end up in the finals.
That's what I'm getting at. So you went 3-7, then you guys went 0-4 in the COVID year. And last year, how did you start out? Because I want to know what happened in the middle of the year where you guys go and you run the table. What was the difference? What changed?
Honestly,
because then you start out.
So after the COVID year, Lemus was right. I was really like, should I be a head coach? Kind of thing.
You said something to me about it too.
Just never. I always wanted to be a DC. Like, why? And then we knew that we had a good team coming up, and it was like, okay. I remember telling myself, if we don't do good, I'm probably gonna resign, because I also was switching from defense to offense. So I've been a defense coach all my whole career, and I was like, well, I'm gonna switch defense offense. I called up Machuca, called up Brew, called up Coach Brown from Covina back in the day, called up Coach Davis, that was at Edawanda, like all the OCs that I know, and was like picking their brain. Like, wait, what do you think? This and that. So we ended up winning our first game. We played Gary, and then it was like a back and forth win-loss.
Mm-hmm. You guys were under 500 beginning of the first 4 or 5 games, right? What I want to know is what happened. What happened? What happened in the middle of the year that changed in those guys to run the table and go all the way to the finals?
I don't know. I feel like, because we're pretty solid in those games that we lost. I think we all could have, with the coach staff, we're like, we underperform, man. There's just something that's not clicking. And I think it was one of those, like, you stay the course, like, trust the process type of things. And the kids ended up showing out. And from my perspective, what I feel like when we ran the table, when it came to playoff, what changed for Montclair was that game against Wilson.
Yeah.
We're down, I think it was like 21-7 or 21-0 at the half. And then, our third quarter comes around, and it was just waking up a new animal. And we came out winning that game. And I think from there, the kids got a new confidence in themselves. And I think, it just showed like what they're made of. And that's what I think gave us that nice little run.
It was
that's a nice run, dude.
It was a Wilson game. We that first week of practice, that Monday, we had about 20-some kids not show up. And it was raining. And I remember... Exactly.
Is that why?
So I remember telling my coach, I was like, this is not
we
good,
practice
right?
in the rain, Coach?
It's not good. So then we go to the Wilson game, and we're down 21-7 at halftime. And we needed that game to make it to the playoffs.
Yes.
And I was like...
That's what I'm... So they came out in the second half, and they said, we're winning this, and they did.
Yeah, they did. Because we challenged them at halftime. And I told the kids, I said, we're going to lose this game because you guys didn't want to show up on Monday.
So from that halftime, you guys didn't lose the game until the finals, right?
Until the finals.
What was the score of that game? What'd you end up winning that game by?
We scored 21 straight. We won 28-21.
21, yup.
Oh, must be a hell of a
Just
Defense
21
pissed the
straight.
shutout.
then-
Offense kept
and then-
scoring.
What you guys... Would you guys win 7?
message received.
Yeah, it was crazy.
7 or 8 games straight?
No, I mean with that game, so we won five games
But
straight.
then you got
4 games
then you
straight.
got into the playoffs, and you had a battle in the playoffs. Where was it an overtime battle?
Well, okay,
No,
so
that
the first game,
It was the first game, yeah.
first game we played West Valley, great team. We were up by 3-2 going into halftime, and then I ended up passing the ball.
Hold
at half-
No, I gotta say this, man, because when we were going into halftime, there was a couple seconds left. We're on the mics,
like 3 seconds.
These Bacon's talking about, like, man, what do I want to do? And I'm whispering, like, Bake, just go into half, man, just go into half, just go into half. All of a sudden, we hear, I think you call like flyers or something like that.
The quarterback convinced me to do like a stop and go. And I'm like, yeah, sure. And he throws a pick.
Oh, no.
Not,
And it wasn't
Did
like,
they pick 6 it?
oh.
No, did they?
As soon as he threw it, the safety, one of their best players, just reached up like Ed Reed and caught it, and I just and he was gone. And I put my head down, and like that made us down at halftime. And I was thinking to myself, if we lose this game because of my stupid call, like I'll never forgive myself. And like everybody's going in, and I'm just trying to. And then Navarro's like, "Hey, we got this. Hey, let's go," kind of thing. And I was just like. So then we come back at half, and then we're down still because of that, and then we go to a 4th and 12, and it was like maybe 2 minutes left in the game, and we had to go for it. Maybe 3 minutes left in the game, we had to go for it, and our quarterback threw a long pass. We completed it. We ended up scoring, and then we just held out with like a minute 45 left. Up by 1, and we just held out with the win. And that was the first win.
Minute 45 in your life?
Yeah, it really was. It really was. And that win, that was the first win that Montclair had in 2004, I want to say. And then, like, the last time we made it to the playoffs was 2008 or something like that. Like, it was a long time before we even won a playoff game, as well as made it to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. So is there a higher being involved here where you were almost going to say, I don't want to be a coach, and then you guys run the table and go to the finals here? What's going on there?
Yeah, I mean, we actually did good. Our next game was at San Gabriel. They were a tough team. Coach Encinas, I coached him when he was at Citrus. They had a hell of a year last year, and we were kind of worried, but their running back was kind of gimpy, and we came out strong. That game, it was a home game, and then the next game, we played South Pass, and they were a tough team. I think they were the number 1 seed in our division.
You guys won that by what?
No, we scored with
it was like
7 seconds left.
Yeah, it was
our running back scored on an 18-yard run.
Yeah.
I was literally trying to get yardage. We had one timeout, get yardage to call timeout to see if we can kick a field goal, score tied. And he ran it in for like 20 yards for a touchdown with 3 seconds left.
I think I direct messaged you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
no.
too.
I
Bacon.
was
Bacon
texting
won.
this guy.
I was like,
I mean, we got bumped out early in the playoffs, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch Bacon's games, and I'm texting him like, hey, you guys are going.
it was crazy. And then we ended up going to championship, played Arlington, and we had our worst game that we ever had in the whole year.
It sucks that it happens.
4
like
turnovers. We got stopped on a 4th and goal, like from the 1. We missed a field goal. It was just a bad year, and I think, you know what? It reminds me back when we were at Burbank and we made it to the semis. We lost to Lucerna when they had Frankie
2013
Frankie football.
Frankie, yeah, that guy. Oh.
And it literally is I believe, because when I was at Covina, we made it to the championship game and lost to Catella.
So you've made it to 2 championship games.
Yeah, and I really believe that experience goes a long way because our kids made it there and they saw the bright lights and they're like, it just they just didn't respond. You know, we didn't score on our first drive, and it just went downhill from there.
There was out of character.
Same thing at Covina. We gave up. Cattell was 8 for 8 on 4th downs.
Oh, wow.
And the hoopla of the championship game.
It's not a good day for your defense.
It's not good.
And
then same thing at Burbank. When we lost to them, Lacerna drove down and scored with like 20 seconds left. But I think teams that do not know how to rise up in that situation, it's hard. And at Montclair, they never had championship in the history of the school's been here since 58 or 54 kind of thing.
Got this year to come back.
What kind of group you got? They got a senior group?
Yeah,
junior group?
we have a senior class. I think we have like over 23 seniors.
Oh yeah.
They're very confident because of what happened last year.
They've been there now.
Which is a good thing. But we got to let them know that we just got to take it week by week.
Yeah, stay grounded.
And stay grounded. And we have a good team. And
So what's the Mount Baldy 4 look for you?
Baldwin Park is a team to beat. You know, like you said, they got transfers.
They're the team to beat. Even when you guys went to the title, you got 23 seniors coming
Place
back?
to go to now?
Who else?
What's there in Baldwin Park to do?
Baldwin Park is a team to beat, man. They got a couple.
Channels down the street.
I believe, didn't one of the schools close? I believe it was Gladstone or that closed, and I forget who got all the Azusa got all.
I think Azusa didn't even have a coach. They didn't even play like during the COVID season. I think.
Yeah, they didn't have numbers. I think
they didn't have numbers.
That makes sense. I mean, that move makes sense.
I mean,
were you in? Was that Mount Baldy 4? Is that how they split the leagues up there? Because isn't it like Mount Baldy? Is there Mount Baldy 3?
No,
I thought I saw that it was they split it out.
Because we were the Mount Baldy League with Chino, Don Lugo, us, Ontario.
So where did they go?
They split up. So some of them is in like league with Covina, and then we just ended up picking up Baldwin Park. And we tried to keep the name Mount Baldy, and since it's 4 teams, it's just Mount Baldy.
Yeah, because you only got 4 teams in your league. Yeah.
I mean, Baldwin Park is a team to beat. They have a good quarterback, good receivers, and, well coached. Like that's gonna be it. Sierra Vista, they have Cisneros that won a state title. That's all you need to say.
Double wing.
They won that double wing, and last time I faced a double wing was when Norwalk had Rashad Penny. When was that Burbank?
2012.
We got
2012. He rushed for over 200 yards on us.
Going back to that game, that was
he rushed for over 200.
I think I was.
Cisneros was the coach there too.
It was a bad movie. You might not know this.
I think I was at. It's weird. I look back sometimes on my articles, and I think I was there for that game, but I can't be 100% sure. But That game from the start, and I always laugh about it. And looking back now, I'm like, our head coach decides to go onside kick, doesn't tell anybody, and they get the ball.
Because he was the special teams coach.
He was a
surprise onside kick, and we're like, well, we didn't talk about this during the week. What's going on? We do an onside kick. They get the ball in the 10. First run play. They're in. We're down.
And that's all
it's not a good way to start. It's not a good way to start.
That's all it's like.
Yeah, so it was.
Cisneros is a great coach, and I don't know what they have at Sierra Vista. I'm sure he got some good guys. So I'm worried just by having him, kind of thing. So, and then Wilson Morales is over there. He does a good job. We're always like back and forth. We won the first year I was there. We lost the COVID year, and then we won last year. So hopefully we can keep it going, and then. To get in. But like I tell the players, man, like football, all we got to do is, try to get into the playoffs and then go from there. Yeah. Kind of thing. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I know.
It's kind of a new season. You get in the playoffs, you get, all right, let's go.
And I think this year, coming from COVID year, like you said, we had the 2 months off and then we had the year. We didn't know what to expect from our 0-4. This year, with every team in every league and everybody, like, it's crazy because I feel like it's literally reset, and now it's like the anticipation of what's gonna happen. Like these teams playing each other. We got Covina on a Saturday game, And you know,
District field on a Saturday.
so that's gonna be an interesting game because I coached there.
Is it at Covina?
It's at Covina at District
right.
Field, so it's gonna be the only game in the area. And you know, we play VC Village Christian as Brews over there, so that's gonna be a good game. And you know, I think we have a tough schedule. You know, we still got Baldwin Park. We still got Diamond Bar, Walnut. We had a good season last year and they beat us. You know, that's still a tough.
There's a lot of depth in the area.
Yeah, there really is.
A lot of good teams. Like not a whole bunch of guineas.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and I think it's good for us. Like it's a good test for us to get into the playoffs. And I think last year was a good one, and this year's gonna be the same. You know, we have Pioneer still, and it's gonna be interesting. You know, Pomona, they beat us last year, and they're young. You know, and they got a great talent over there, and it's gonna be tough. So hopefully we can get it going.
Yeah. Well, let's transition to the Mountain West.
Mountain West.
Let's talk Charter Oak.
Charter Oak.
Let's talk Charter Oak with the new defense coordinator, Laura Harrington there.
I actually tried
for him.
a little tidbit before you started. I actually, when I left Covina, I was looking for a job, and I actually talked with LeVar Arrington to try to be at Maranatha with him.
Yeah.
And it would have been hard to get on the staff because he was the defense coordinator and I was the defense coordinator. So he was like, "Yeah, come on over as an assistant coach." But I was like,
"You know him. Let's get him on the show."
I don't know LeVar.
He knows your son.
I know.
Just tell him we're here. You can come down and talk to us anytime you want.
Yeah, LeVar's a good dude.
Make a trip.
He is a good
with you.
I got a question. Was that little rumble during the summer as bad as it was played out to be?
Well, there's context to it. 100% there's fine. I'm glad you asked that because what you see on video, it's not good, right? It doesn't look good, but like I said, there's context, and I was like right there on the sideline. I was doing some video and posting stuff.
Okay.
So I mean, I was right there. So I mean, like I said, there is just other than a video that Robledo posted, which I think he's a reporter, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what he's going to do.
Well, you probably saw his video on Twitter.
It's probably your
what
video.
it was.
Oh, was you?
Okay, all right.
No, that was not. That was Fred Robledo. He posted that.
Okay.
But like I said, there was context. It was a 7-on-7. There was a play. It was a play, and wide receiver was going towards the corner of the end zone, and I guess he thought one of the Charter Oak DBs grabbed a hold of him. So at the end of the play, he threw his arm back like that, and the Charter Oak defender was like, whoa, like that. Like, we're not going to do that. And then the whole problem, which I think escalated the whole thing, was we were playing El Camino Real.
Okay.
He was standing in the back of the end zone. There was a dad, just a random parent, and he starts yelling, "Stop effing holding him! Stop effing! Stop, you've been holding the whole game." He's sounding like that, and so Charter Oak coaches hear this, and now they're yelling for this guy to shut the hell up and let's get him. Hey, let's get this guy out of here. So now the tensions are rising.
Yeah.
So now tensions are rising, and any coach, you would do the same. Hey, get this guy out of here, right? Don't talk to my players. So the very next play, so it's escalated a little bit. So the very next play is what you see in the video. The El Camino Real guy, they get locked up with one of the linebackers, and El Camino Real guy takes a swing at our linebacker.
Okay.
Linebacker defends himself, throws a swing and hits him, and that's what you see, right?
Okay.
So that led to the melee there, and but that's there's context to it. It wasn't as bad as it seems. It would have been nothing if it wasn't caught up. It was like that probably stuff happens.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it happens.
It happens. And then what happened
thing.
with LeVar afterwards when because the coach was in his ear telling him, you guys are ghetto and all that kind of stuff. And
I was just asking because we played them in a tournament, I think the week after that.
El Camino Real?
Yeah, and I'm going to say it anyways, but the way their coaches were coaching the game, it felt like I told my assistant, I was like, I could see why another team might have taken offense to it just by the way they were approaching the game. And I'm like,
and it seemed like, and then the other coach comes up, he's yelling that, and then everyone makes a big deal of it. LeVar just shoved him away, right? I'm like, LeVar's a monster. You want to hurt this guy. You want to hurt this guy. So I mean, I thought a lot was made of it. I mean, it doesn't look good, but and there is context there, but. They learned from it. Charter got better from it. They
it's unfortunate that sometimes things get taken more, made into more than they really are. And, it's, even though I here I come from the journalism side, but I spent a few years, as I said earlier, as a substitute teacher, and so I really felt like I changed and I became more sympathetic and toward what a teacher does on a daily basis and how tough it is and stuff like that, and so I don't I don't like to be one of those like in your face journalists that's trying to first of all, these are high school kids, and they're still minors, so it's not like if there's a if there's a fight between like one of the Dodger players and the manager or something like that, well those guys are making $20 million a year, we should know about it and stuff like that, but if it's just something between some high school kids, this is obviously became news because LeVar Arrington was in it.
Was involved, yeah.
If it was just any old coach, it's probably not news.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about Chardark though. They got Richie Munoz coming in.
Yeah, he's
good quarterback. He's like one of the top quarterbacks in the valley.
Yeah, and cool as a cucumber.
Yeah,
he's calm. He's like, man, from the first time I hadn't seen him until he showed up to the very first passing league. I don't go to practice. I'm not that guy. So I don't go to practice. So when he showed up, I was like, man, he's just nice and calm and effortless, just diming kids up all over the field. And he is. There's Charter Oak's wide receiver core it's awesome. Right? I mean, no other way to put it. We got Solomon Davis, who's
he's
Arizona
really good.
commit.
Yeah,
we got Jalen Alexander Chili. We got he's a running back, Zachary Black. So he's going to have massive holes to run through if he's still in.
Is he?
We got Nathan Alvarado.
Committed to Penn State.
He's got offered to Penn State.
Oh really?
Wow.
Got offered, and he's got a couple of smaller offers. But I mean, he is electric. Like, I'm just imagining with space and with the quarterback who's going to open up that field. He's just going to, you get a crack, he's gone. And he's going to make defenders look silly. If you get him in the open field, you're not getting him.
And you say you had new coaches?
Yeah, we have a new offensive coordinator, Coach Brian.
What's his Taba?
Coach T. You call him Coach T.
Oh, okay.
Coach T. Coordinator Navarro. We have offensive line coach, your boy Shermer.
Oh, sure.
I heard you had a Shermer story.
I got a Shermer story. So,
that guy.
So how do you know Shermer?
Actually, I met Sherm. He coached with me at Citrus College.
Okay.
Before I went to Covina, but I ended up going to Covina after Burbank, and Sherm was the linebackers coach over there, and me and Sherm hit it off because we knew each other before. And Sherm's a great guy, very knowledgeable. He's has knowledge on the O-line and on the defensive side. So, we kind of work well together. But to give you a story, being at Covina and being the DC, Sherm was the guy that, maybe took days off a little bit, sometimes. So one time it's practice and it's like 105 degrees, and Sherm texts me. We were all supposed to be at practice, and he texts me, hey, come here. And I'm like looking around like, where is he at? And I look, and he drove his car up close to the track of the practice field, and he's sitting in his car. And he's like, come here. And I'm like, we have to help out, the offense. Like, we're doing a scout team or something. He's like, defensive meeting, I have to tell you something. And I'm like, okay. So I walk over there, and I go inside his car. And he goes, as soon as I get in, I'm like, oh, what's going on? Like, what do you want to talk about? He goes, oh, it feels good in here, doesn't it? Like, sure. We're sitting in the air conditioning.
He's like, offense? We're going to do offense?
We're sitting in the air conditioning in his car, and we're listening to music while the offensive coaches are coaching. Like, dude, we're going to get in trouble. He's like, no, we're fine. We're good. We're good.
Is that what he's doing over at Charter now?
I don't know.
And then we're hanging out, and then finally Brown's like, okay, defense time, and then he's looking around for us, and then Sher's like, all right, we should go now. And then we get out the car, and Brown looks at us, and he just shakes his head.
It's hot out here, man.
Yeah, that's what he said. But I love Sher. I love Sher to death, man. That's my boy. Like, we talk all the time. He tells me about Charter Oak, and he's excited about the season.
Well,
like, he's excited.
He should be, because he's got the quarterback coming in. He's got the receiver.
Yeah,
that's what he's committed to Arizona State, right?
They got athletes, like you said.
They have run returning offensive linemen.
Yeah,
so they'll have to do some work there.
Yeah,
but defensively, fast. They're fast.
Yeah,
they're fast. They're gonna be fast. They're gonna be solid.
What is it? Who's all in that league? Los Altos, Marina, Ayala, and Bonita in Alto.
Marina is going to be in Orange County.
Charter Oak League, the Mountain West.
Yeah.
No, that's Ayala, Altaloma, and Bonita.
Oh, there's only 4. Okay.
Yeah, there's 4.
Yeah, that's why I said earlier. Iola is going to be the.
I don't know anything about Altaloma for some reason. I don't know.
No, they got a new head coach. His dad used to be the coach at Colony. I can't think of his last name for some reason, but he came from Grand Terrace. Randall's his last name.
Okay.
Randall's last name. So we did a 7-on-7 against them. They have some athletes, good quarterback. I think he has a new offensive coordinator. I think they're okay.
Yeah, Ayala's always good. They're big up front. They have a good quarterback, Brian Wilson.
Yes.
They always got. I mean, they're always good.
Yeah.
I mean, and they're like they match up well with Charter Oak.
Okay.
So that's because they ground pound, and they always have size. So they move the ball, and they have a quarterback.
And then Bonita has a good quarterback, right? Senior.
Yeah, Daniel Andrade. Yeah, he's really good. Bonita has. I've never seen the guy play, but he's already been recruited by Oklahomas of the world. Noah,
linebacker,
McHale.
I heard Maxie talk about him.
He's like Maxie's saying he's like he can win the whole game by himself.
That's what I heard. Yeah,
wow. Man show. So I'm excited to see him play. He's a sophomore.
Yeah,
he's only a sophomore, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So we'll see him play.
I did hear about him.
That's why I'm kind of excited to see that Monrovia Bonita game.
Yes,
because that'll tell you quite a bit.
Yes,
Bonita's always good.
Bonita and then Monrovia's a good team. So yeah.
And you guys open up with Northview.
You got Northview in week 1.
Open up with Northview.
And then you got
regional
Glendora.
champs.
So, I mean, those are two. What's
tough,
that?
and then
regional champs, Northview.
Yeah, they won. They won it.
Game,
Division 10.
Prez does a good job over there.
I don't know about you guys, but I probably told him, I'm like, playing at Covina District Field might be one of the best venues to play at.
Yeah.
Well, they got luxury
We're
boxes.
2-0 there.
Yeah. Definitely for Burbank.
Yeah,
we like that.
I mean, that place is always fun to go. I drive by there sometimes. And I always reminisce. I'm like, man, I love that place.
Well, Perez does a good job, man. Northview does a great job. Silva does a good job over there. Like, they always, compete, man. They always
both
compete.
of those were huge wins for Burbank's program.
I'm not gonna lie. I was at that Burbank Northview game.
I mean, we say it all the time. That to me, that's the best game we have ever coached at Burbank.
Yeah.
That was the best team that Northview.
Which one? The one against?
That's Northview.
I think that was the best team that Northview ever had.
Comstock was a
Yeah, he was a dude.
He's a dude.
He's a Walking Dead. Like he's the guy who never dies.
And then they had the running back.
Him and Andy had a time that game.
They had the running back that transferred from West Covina. I was like 240 or something like that. That was fast.
Yeah,
but that.
And then Ayers that went to San Jose State, the receiver.
They were loaded.
They were loaded.
Their line was loaded. They were that was.
I'll say even the one year that Burbank lost out there when they lost to Glendora, I thought Burbank.
Well, we didn't play there. We played at Citrus College.
Right, that was at Citrus College. But even that was the one year that Burbank was up in Division 5, and I'll tell you that game I think was 48-27 or something.
Yeah.
I thought that Ford kid was outstanding from Glendora. He was really really good.
His little brother. Junior, I think now at Glendora.
Oh, really?
Glendora's pretty. They're pretty good. Pretty good program.
You got
over
a
there.
good week 2 component.
Yeah. They got that transfer from San Dimas, right?
Yeah.
They got a transfer from San
Dimas. The one from Claremont, who I guess was just ruled. Ineligible, so they won't have him.
They won 11-1 last year and lost in the
Glendora's
quarter,
always strong, but I thought that game that Burbank played, I thought Burbank played really really well. I mean, because most teams would just really get. I mean, Burbank hung tough against Glendora.
That was Duncan's.
Yeah, I mean, we had a player ejected for throwing a Gatorade bottle at the ref.
Oh, that's right.
Don't bury the lead.
Right.
Wasn't even throwing it at the ref, but he got.
It slipped out of his hand?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't even. He was throwing it to somebody else.
Oh,
yes.
I mean, Glendora is historically one of the best programs out there, right? Out that way.
Where? Who? Glendora's always saw. They were good last year, man. They were, I think, 9-1 last year. Something like that. And then they lost to Apple Valley in Division. I think they got to Division 3.
Yeah, and Apple Valley's a good team.
And they lost second round to Apple Valley.
Their quarterback went to Michigan.
Huge. Yeah, their size is huge. They got that guy Polito, who's 6'7", 325.
Went to Bosco, got his scholarships, came back.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah,
And
so
he just
you know,
committed to
we'd love to have
Alabama
that guy, wouldn't we?
yesterday.
Committed to Alabama.
If he was at Montclair, he'd be a running back. So I'm sorry.
We're just giving you the ball.
Yeah, 6'7".
And I'll tell you that through all the years of covering games, I'm trying to think of the biggest dudes that I've ever seen, and I would have to say when Burbank played against Don Lugo, they had the one guy that went to Oregon,
Left tackle.
the left tackle, and then
The running back that went to Hawaii.
and then I'm talking about in size, and then this kid that Burbank played, who's now at UCLA. From the school up there in the desert there.
Serrano?
From Serrano.
Oh, they had a couple big dudes.
Serrano had the kid that was junior year. I think he was like 6'7", 295.
They
It was just like, I mean, you just don't
that was
line
a
up
good
anything.
team. Did they win it last year?
They did.
Yeah, they won it last year. They're a good team, man.
They did.
They're up there in the farm boys up there.
Yeah, but if you talk to people up in the
They're
desert,
strong, man. They're big.
I still talk to Oak Hills people, or not throw them out there. But they say that they shouldn't have been in that division. It was too easy for them. Because Alpha Valley and Oak Hills beat them like a combined like 70-something to like 14 or something like that.
I think Apple Valley was in our division during the playoffs, and I was telling my linebacker coach, I'm like, that's one team we do not want to see just based on size.
Yeah.
It's like, even though we're kind of big, like that size, you can't rep against that.
Yeah, because Glendora's good size up front too. And,
Yeah, they are.
And they matched up and pushed them around.
Did Charter Oak play them last year?
Charter Oak did play Glendora. We lost 28-21.
Oh, it wasn't that
Yeah,
bad.
no, it was a good game. It was a good game. Game kind of got away. Too many turnovers.
Oh, okay.
But
Charter Oak's
it'll be a better game. It'll
I
be
can
much
see
better.
why you're behind. Yeah, I mean, it's a different year.
I see the confidence in your face.
Yeah, I do.
I can say whatever I want.
Quarterback, speed,
I'm not coaching their
receiver.
game.
LeVar.
You got LeVar there. It'll be good. So
I always think just remembering. I don't know how they determine the all CIF teams now, but I know back in the 90s, I participated one year in the all CIF meeting. It was down in downtown LA at the library, the sports library, and I remember one team who's no longer in the southern section of Rio Grande, from right below San Luis Obispo. They had won the CIF title, and and there were reporters from up in their area. The guy came down because all the reporters were vouching for the players from their area, and so Rio Grande wins at whatever division it was. And someone says, "Okay, well, how good was the quarterback?" And the guy goes, "Average." And they're like, "Oh, well, how was the running back?" "Average." And we're like, well, how do they win CIF? And then the guy takes out the list of the offensive linemen, and it was like 6'5", 320, 6'4", 285, and it was like all five of them.
sounds like Lemus's line.
I'll tell you, oh man, we have a kid named Ator. The name alone is intimidating.
Yes, it is.
Ator.
But I sat next to him and I'm like, how old are you? And he's like, I'm only 17, coach. He's a senior. And he's like, he barely turned 17. Like my linebacker, I think, is not even 17 yet. And he's got offers from everywhere. And the kid is chiseled like a, I don't know. I don't know. I've never seen, I don't think a 16, 17-year-old look that size, but.
Ator, huh?
Yeah, Ator.
Did any of you
Sounds
see
like an
the
Avenger.
kid down in Santa Margarita? There was a lot of buzz about the kid down. There's a kid at Santa Margarita. He's gonna be a sophomore, and he's like about 6'1", 280, and they just showed him running drills and stuff like that.
And he's only like 14, right?
Yeah, and he's only like 14, and he was just like, it was like, wow.
I heard about it.
Bosco and Modern Day were like calling.
Yeah, right.
Get that paycheck ready.
Yeah. Calling the bagman.
Lastly, we covered the leagues. Let's talk about week one games. What about Valencia? We got Valencia versus Bishop. That's a start off on a Thursday night game, like the kickoff the high school season right there.
I don't know anything about Valencia, but I say Amat wins that pretty easily.
I would say that too.
Yeah, I think Amat.
Those guys are just champing at the bit, getting ready to go, because that's their game. Physical game. They're going to go out there.
Yeah.
They're going to crush, especially with that quarterback is a two-dimensional type of guy. I mean, they're going to be run first, and they're going to pound some people.
I agree. Here's another one. I just picked out a few. Monrovia versus Bonita.
Man.
Yeah. That's a kickoff.
I mean, I
for Friday.
know, obviously, like, Monrovia has a good team, and they're going to come out and they're going to sling the ball. I think Bonita's like that well-coached team that might not be able to keep up with Monrovia athletes.
That's my thing. I need to see Bonita.
Because they have somebody in the
because
receiver.
I don't know. I understand they've lost some players.
Yeah.
So I mean, I need to see them first. That's why I'm kind of curious to see how they do. Because then I'll be worried, right? Because I'm not that worried about him as the Charter Oak guy, right?
I saw him last year. They Bonita San Dimas at the Smush Pot, and they look good. But I think they lost some guys, and I don't know. Just Monrovia. Chris does a good job, man.
He does. He does.
They're athletic.
Yeah.
They're fast. They're going to throw the ball around.
They got a quarterback. They get a quarterback and get it.
Like it's a new
Just
quarterback.
give it to Hernandez.
We'll see how he works. Next one is how about Pasadena, Lucerna?
Lucerna.
I can see Lucerna pulling the upset here. I don't know if it is an upset.
I mean, I've seen Pasadena like 707. They have athletes. Max is a good coach. I just know Lucerna has history. Like, you can't take a program that is consistent since when we lose them in the semis?
2013.
Yeah.
But even before that, I think they've gone to the finals.
Mm-hmm. Just consistent. And we played against them at the El Rancho 7-on-7. And they're just all around, their athletes are there. Like, there's not a weak spot, I don't think, that Lucerna had.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like it was a D1 athlete at every position, but it was a athlete at every position. So with the coaching, along with that, they were disciplined. Lucerna's just a good program. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just biased because I think they're a good program. But
I wouldn't bet against them.
Nothing against Pasadena.
Don't bet against Lucerna.
I'll take Pasadena.
Oh, okay.
We got a Pasadena guy.
I'll take
after this game, I'll be tweeting at you, Mark.
I'll be there to take my medicine.
I'll take Lucerna with them. I got to trust the experts over here.
Let's go. How about West Ranch for St. Francis at Valencia?
I've been hearing a lot about St. Francis.
Yeah, I think St. Francis.
I'm going to roll with West Ranch.
I go to St. Francis. I think Harrington has some knowledge of that league, and
absolutely.
I think that's a machine he's got over there. Once they get rolling,
over.
Yeah,
I'm still gonna roll with West Ranch. I like Varner over there, but I've seen them. We played them in 11-11. If they can get the quarterback going.
It'll be a good matchup, and they both had good size.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
It'll be good. Yeah,
the passing tournament.
I wouldn't be surprised if St. Francis.
The tug of war thing as well, and so I mean, you got to see their linemen as well.
Okay.
And they had some dudes.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Here, I wanted to pull this one out because I know about Mark. How about Yorba Linda at Damien?
I'll take who's playing Damien?
Yorba Linda.
Okay, I'll take Yorba Linda.
Yorba Linda. I know they were 10-0 last year, and then they got the bad draw of getting the Mott in the first round of the playoffs. But they are. I think Yorba Linda's a pretty good program.
Yes, they are.
I will say this: if Yorba Linda pulls it out, I don't think Damien can come back from that, man.
You don't. After week one.
Already? Wait, week one.
Because look at their schedule though. Like they're in that baseline league.
Damien's league.
They got Rancho Cucamonga, right?
They're in that baseline league, so you got all these.
Loyola, Pasadena, Orange Lutheran. They play Lucerna.
I just think there might not be no coming back from that.
And you guys are on Lucerna, so I mean, is that going to be easy? That Damien.
I got Lucerna.
Yeah, that's going to be easy.
Lucerna just. I mean, we've had experience against them.
Hasn't the coach of Lucerna been there for a very long time?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Damien went 3-7 last year. So do you think, just based on that schedule, I think they have a hard time to get to 3-7 again, and that's not. That's just.
I think they'll get.
Right?
They'll get Chino Hills.
Don't sleep on Chino Hills. They're not bad.
I know, but I feel like I talked to the head coach, or I believe, and he was saying like, they lost the kind of guys that got some guys in, but I think Damien might be able to get them. Okay, not saying it was going to be a good game, but and then
they're not beating Rancho.
Etowanda. I think they can get Etowanda.
I haven't heard much about Etowanda, yeah.
I think they get Etowanda. I heard Etowanda lost a lot of guys.
I don't know. I think they're rebuilding, maybe. I don't know.
I heard Upland got guys, though.
Upland got some of Damien's guys.
Wait. Damien has El Rancho?
No, Damien has Lucerna.
Okay. Damien has Rancho Cucamonga.
Their first 5 games, they got Yorba Linda, Loyola, Pasadena, Orange Lutheran, and Lucerna. So they could conceivably
That's
lose
the first 5?
all of them.
They could.
Who is that?
That's Damien.
Yeah, that's a tough schedule.
I say I said they're gonna go 2 out of 3, 2 and 3 that first 5,
And then
league they'll win 2. So I say 4 and
look how they finish
6.
up. Bishop, Upland, Chino Hills, Rancho,
They got
Cucamonga, and
they got
Etiwanda.
a month before they go into league.
Dude, I'm with you.
well, that's where they because they were okay. They were competitive until they got to Amont last year, and Amont just opened up a can on
that
them.
game wasn't even.
And they weren't the same. They weren't the same. They ended up going 0-4. They weren't the same after
I
that.
say 4 and 6 or 5 and 5.
They're gonna have a tough.
But I'm not gonna
game.
tell you
They're
who
getting a lot of hype,
they-
and that's what I'm saying. They're getting after coming off. They get a lot of hype coming off a 3-7 team, and they're the Twitter team that's getting.
I'll tell you, they're doing the right thing by keeping it.
Yeah,
They're doing the right thing.
Pasadena's the other team.
That's
and
the
you see
best
their
way to go.
schedules.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Keep it.
Well, I mean, what it did work last year. I mean, I think it was. I give them credit for. They obviously made a conscious effort. Hey, we're not going to do that this year. Let's keep it on the down low. Let's just show up and play.
Exactly.
Right? That makes more sense. But I mean, we'll see.
Well, that's our philosophy.
And if that doesn't work, what do they do next year?
I'm just throwing out there. Montclair just wants to be top 2.
What'd you say? Montclair's winning it all?
They want to be top 2 in league. That's all. That's it.
That's it.
That's all we're going.
That's guaranteed.
Yeah, just
Guaranteed
Top
berth,
two.
right? That's a guaranteed berth, right? Top 2?
Top 2.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
guarantee.
for us
Guaranteed, bro.
for us it's top 3. So
Yeah, it's for us too.
just
Oh,
compete.
because you have a 5-team league or 6?
I think it's 16.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's based on
Yeah.
number of
That's all
teams in
there's
your league.
about it. You
That's
know?
all we can hope for.
Everything else fall in place.
Yep.
It's just top
Well,
2.
gentlemen, I think we've covered the area quite well. I appreciate you guys coming.
This is fun, man.
Yeah, I
it's
expect
good.
It's cool, man.
guys
Thank
are
you.
welcome to come back anytime.
Definitely coming back.
Yeah, good luck to you guys.
I think it'll be more exciting. I mean, it was fun today, but I think once everybody starts playing,
yes,
then we can talk about
that next week.
Stories.
Next week we'll talk about games, and I'm trying to bring some other coaches in.
Some of us might have something to answer. Too.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of answers next week.
Imagine if Davey comes out 5-0.
Oh man.
So
See, but I'm the guy who's like, you know what? I give it out, but I'll take it. I'll do
Okay,
that.
yeah,
Like, I'm
yeah.
not gonna hide. I'm not gonna crawl under a rock. I'll be like, all right, you guys are doing it.
yeah. So anyway,
I'm doing that with Max Muncy right now on the dive.
Oh, yeah.
I was blasting him so bad, and now I just look like a dope.
well, hey, he's a professional.
Yeah, but it's a 2-week
they go
stretch.
through
That doesn't make up for a full season.
Yeah. Well,
Different day,
he's getting
different
hot.
day, different
It's
topic.
good for you. You're a Dodger fan.
Yeah, absolutely. Win-win.
So good luck to you guys on Friday night.
Yeah.
What's the outlook?
We got Coach Brew. Coach Brew on.
Right. I gotta wish he was
My
here.
guy.
Maybe that's why he didn't show up today.
My brother right there that is trying to put up 60 on us, I'm sure. So
Where's that game played at?
at Montclair. So he's
Montclair,
gonna have to
good
travel.
for him.
But I told Brew any antics or anything crazy, I'm gonna call the game.
Should we talk about real quick? Should we talk about Village?
I mean,
They got a couple Burbank transfers over there at receivers.
I heard that they're held up in CIF right now. So
Are they really?
So tell Adam to.
I didn't hear that. I didn't know that. They got a cathedral transfer in Brown who was at Burbank.
Oh, they got him back.
Yeah,
Okay.
they got him
They have
back.
Ryan Delutri. His father Todd was a Burroughs grad.
Okay.
And Todd played at USC in the early '80s, and I know Todd quite well. And his son Ryan is a good kid.
What position does he play?
He's a running back.
Okay. The 2 Burbank receivers are really good.
Yeah,
Really good.
Ryan actually went to Notre Dame in 9th grade, and then he came back to Village.
I think what
Jag led the Pacific League last year.
what's going to help us out. Well, I mean, I think what gives us a chance is their quarterback transferred to Oaks Christian.
Yeah.
So he has an incoming. I think he has a freshman that's going to be starting. So that's
And I think he's a transfer from Burbank.
the incoming freshman.
And Burbank losing a lot of guys.
I know. He transferred. He was on the Frost team last year, and I think he transferred over. That's where I think he's at.
No, he's going to be a freshman.
Oh, he's going.
Yeah, he's going to be a
So maybe it's
freshman.
not-
Yeah.
that's right.
So I mean, I know Brew. Like I've known him all since high school. So he's gonna have a great team. And
I know.
I told him, I said he's the favorite. We just got to go in there and do what we do. Hopefully, we can put it together. And it's a lot of familiarity with each other because even last year we shared film, we talked.
You guys were on the same coaching.
We were on the same coaching staff.
You guys know their
He knows what
you know when he gets to the boundaries. He's gonna run the boundaries. You know that.
Yeah. So like and then the defense that they run is kind of like the stack because Cole took over. Good defense coordinator. So. Like we know what each other runs, and we know there's no secrets. Well, I still talk to him, and we talked about the scrimmages that we had, and it's
gonna be cool.
It's gonna be fun. Yeah, it's just gonna be fun. Like there's no ill will, nothing like that.
Is this the first time you line up against him?
Yeah,
that's cool.
Very first time, and I told him we have a bet going on because now he onside kicks.
Yeah, that's
kicks.
Yeah, that's what he does. So you be prepared.
So I told him, I said, if he gets an onside kick, I owe him a steak dinner, and if he doesn't get one,
put all your skill guys up.
He owes me a steak dinner. So we got that going on. So it's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fun. Like
All right. Well, good luck to you, Coach Lemus. Is it Oaks or is it home for you?
No,
guys?
it's our home.
It's your home
game.
Okay.
On the blue turf.
1-0, Coach?
On the blue turf.
Want to know?
Blue turf.
Want to know?
Blue turf. 1-0?
1-0?
I'll go out there and say 1-0.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just feel. When is this airing? It doesn't really matter.
That's a good question. We're going to drop the podcast on Wednesday, so I want to get it right before
that's fine.
Thursday game start.
I just have a lot of faith in our interior D line. I feel we have the guys, and linebacker wise, I think we match up well to what they want to do.
You should be saying it.
Yeah, so it should be. It's going to be a competitive game, to say the least, but, I feel confident with what we've done the past 3 days already as far as the install goes. So we just got to carry it on Friday night, and I think we'll be fine.
Yep. And so, for me, I don't know, Burbank. We don't know if we're going to practice this week or not because of COVID, all that stuff, but we could go into the game on Thursday, get cleared on Thursday.
Wow.
So we might go into the game without any practice.
Who do you play again?
Dos Pueblos.
Is there
Ventura.
Is there a drop?
We play here though.
Is there a drop dead time that you have to be cleared by?
No, the district said if nothing else happens, we're good on Thursday. But I think we're allowed. I think the head coach said we're allowed to go out and do drills and stuff, but we can't have any.
You know anything about them?
The game is Friday, correct?
You guys play Friday?
We play Friday, yeah.
Yes.
You know anything about them? What they did last year?
We got film from last year's game.
What did they do last year?
Huh?
I believe it was 2-8
last year.
Yeah, they were 2-8 last year.
I've never heard of that school.
Yeah, I didn't either.
It's up by the Santa Barbara Airport.
Yeah,
they're up.
Oh, really?
It's up there.
That's a drive.
They used to host.
They got it. I know they have a drive to get here.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
yeah, they. I think one of the things that Dos Pueblos, they probably lose kids to the private school up there.
Which one?
Bishop Diego.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, a former Burbank coach who we will not name is the JV coach up there. And
For Bishop?
For Bishop.
Oh,
and he's got a history. He's about as good as they come when it comes to getting transfers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then Charter Oak has...
We're nothing this week, and then
that's right.
Week one they open up with Northview.
So you get to be a spectator this week.
Yeah. This one, that'll be a.
You going to any games?
I go to all. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. You know what? I actually. That's a good question.
You don't know which one yet.
Yeah.
Huh?
I don't know. Maybe I'll go to Bishop.
We talked a lot of games here today, Mark. You got a lot to decide.
Like I said, I actually think the game I want to see is Monrovia Bonita. That's a game I'm excited to see. So I don't know. Maybe I'll make it up there. Or,
yeah.
I mean, like that seems like the best game. Amat's gonna win easy, so
yeah,
I think.
Jeez, you're just that's it.
Well,
easily. Well, you gonna give a score?
Let's see.
They got that good running back too.
Like I
so
said, it might take a half. So I'm saying they'll keep it close. It'll be maybe 21-7.5, and then they end up winning
35.
49.
Oh, wow.
49-21. 49-20.
All right, there you go. You heard it from Mark the Shark right here.
Something like that.
Larry Muir's a very good coach up at Valencia, so I'd be shocked if anybody beats them that badly.
Yeah, if they pull up the upset, then there's a lot more.
Yeah, that'll be a bigger story.
We just get we have a lot to talk with Mark next year if there's a big upset next week. So, anyways, good luck to you guys this week. Good luck to you guys.
What do you think, Navarro?
That's a 1-0 from you too.
What do you think?
I feel confident. I think we're gonna come out with that. They got some stuff. We got some stuff. Just comes out to.
It's all on you because games are won in the trenches. Games are won in the trenches, buddy.
Confident in our boys. I think we're coming out with the W on that one.
That's right.
So when it comes down, I'm gonna put it all on my own line coach and say he's the one that said it all. So when it comes back, it just goes back to him.
Coach got a little loose on the podcast.
Yeah.
That's on him.
All right, well, guys, I appreciate you guys showing up tonight and talking a little high school football preview here in SoCal. And Jim, thanks for showing. I'll see you on the sidelines.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and obviously all you guys are welcome to return. And thanks for coming, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, pleasure to meet all you guys.
Yes.
Appreciate it. Likewise.